Hello, welcome to the C.H.A.B.I.S YouTube channel. Here we are again. I want to talk to you about the nightmare I had this night. It was probably more or less a classical one you get when you just drift into sleep and sleep paralysis kicks in, and then your subconscious thinks it has to train you for an extreme situation. In this case it was screeching doors, an unknown person attacking me from behind, shaking me, and then I found out that it forgot my sense of touch and I could still feel the mattress under my hand, no matter how much it was shaking me. So I could stop the show at this moment and wake up. Now, we could just say, shake it off. It was a dream, but I believe in the theory that dreams are actually kind of making us live through extreme situations, no matter how unlikely it seems that it really happens. And actually somebody breaking into your house is not unlikely. It's unlikely where I live in Switzerland, but I would say in the majority of countries it is absolutely possible. And the problem is you don't know actually who it is, because there are so many scenarios which it could happen. It could be a simple burglar, even though those are normally not attacking the people, they are just silently getting in, stealing some stuff, getting out. But they still invade your private space, of course. But I guess private space is a word many people just simply don't know. Let's face it. I'm extremely privileged to have private space, to even own a house, and a government which is bound by the law to not invade it at will. And I have to be aware of this. Because you can live in a country which is at war. This simply means every armed force can more or less walk through your living room or through your bedroom whenever they think it is necessary. Be it the friendly one or the enemy one, or mostly we have chaotic wars with a few criminals also taking part on one or the other side or on their own side. So in wartime, like it was in the 100 Years' War and in the 30 Years' War in Europe too, you never knew which troops are coming around the corner and think they have to walk through your house or rob or get the food you have or whatever. And this is still the case in many countries. Then we have the countries where being born the way you are is simply illegal because maybe your sexual orientation or whatever does not fit to the image the law is painting. Then you have the police, which can enter your house at any time, pick you up, throw you into jail for being who you are. Or you live in a country where the neighbor can call a SWAT team up on you just because they don't like your skin color or your behavior, or maybe they want to buy your house and they make the government remove you from your property or whatever. There are different degrees. Sometimes it's just minorities. Some minorities have to be aware of this every second in nearly every country, even in Switzerland. If you are an immigrant and you don't have the necessary permits, police can pick you up anytime, anywhere, and so on. So there are many people in the world, even the majority of people, where this scenario that somebody breaks your front door, gets in, arrests you, or even worse, is a, well, I would say nearly normal everyday possibility. And it's a basic fear of humans, because this was always like this. When you were living in a forest, building your nest every evening, and because humans are very bad at climbing trees, you had to do it on the ground somehow. You could have a big animal like a bear, a lion, an elephant, whatever, entering your camp every day, every night. Maybe the elephant did not want to eat you, but it wants to eat your storage. And if you get in its way, you are in trouble. If it's a lion, if it's a bear, if it's whatever meat eater, it may think you are food. And you probably are. So this is an ingrained fear of humanity. That's probably why nightmares like this are common. And of course, sleep paralysis is a good thing, but if you are conscious still, you get this mixed dream reality. Yeah, you can call it augmented reality, but not in the best way. Thing I had. So I can also say it is normal, and you have to kind of keep your mind aware even in your dreams, even in half dreams, to distinguish between reality and augmented reality. This was possible in my case, but it was work and it was not fun. And if it is reality, if it is a real SWAT team, you have to get your mind together even worse, because if they think you are a violent criminal in a country where everywhere and his grandma is armed with firearms up to the teeth, they can't afford to ask first. So you have to be in charge of the situation no matter what. And so I guess I have to be thankful for these dreams, because they make me alert and aware, even though they are very bad for my psychohygiene, and I really don't need them too often. But yeah, in a world where I'm only one of the lucky ones living on an island which is far less touched by reality, I have to live with it that my body and my brain are built for the harder reality, and I have to be thankful if they remind me every then and when. By the way, I did change my pillow and my sleep position. This was probably the easiest thing to do, but it made me aware your island may sink and you may have to swim. And I would be a bad swimmer. Anyway, it was a heads up, and it reminded me that the people before me which built this Switzerland in a fairly stable and secure way, they have done a really big task and I should do my best to keep it that way. To keep it safe from internal and external forces. And this is also something to be aware. I have to be aware that I have to be ready to defend the democratic liberal system we have, not liberal in the sense of communism or whatever you may think in the USA, liberal in the way of freedom, individual freedom, and a government which is actually protecting this freedom for as many people as possible, not only for the voters, not only for the white male, not only for the Christians, not only for the straight cis people, not only for us and against them. Because this is what I identified as the biggest threat. Because if we have too much us against them, it's so easy to get seen as them instead of us, and then you have the SWAT teams or the government agencies against you. And then, yeah, you are basically like me in the sleep paralysis. I have to keep calm. I had to talk my way out, kind of, or to comply and see what the future has in storage for you. And right now I'm in the position where I can act, I can vote, I can elect people, and I have to do this wisely, because otherwise I'm faster in the position I had in my dream last night than I want to. Okay, it's a bit dark, even though it's a sunny day. So I still have this Switzerland, I still have the sunny day. Even the conservatives mostly agree that I should have one, and I should be able to do what I want. Mostly. There are the rules, there are the laws, there are the rights of other people, and there are the laws of physics. If I break them, okay. And the laws of physics, by the way, they are not just, they are not democratic. They don't care about you. So there is always this last border nobody can break. And then, no, maybe this border comes closer, but you have also to know where your borders are, where your limits are, and comply to the laws you can't change, like the laws of physics. Change the laws you can change. Keep the laws as open as possible, because you never know in which group you will be sorted one day. And the closer you make the laws, the more you may get out of the law without wanting to do it. And the more your danger is that one day you have a SWAT team in your sleeping room. In some countries you have it all the time. In my country I have to fight for it, to vote for it, to execute my laws as my rights as a citizen, to make sure nobody ever has a SWAT team in his living room if they don't deserve it. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm starting talking in circles, and this is my limit. This is where I have to know that I have to stop. So, see you later, and may you have a bright day. May you have political rights. May you have a government which is protecting your freedoms together with the freedoms of your neighbor. And may you have neighbors protecting your freedoms as if it was their freedom. Because this is probably the most important thing. You have to have a neighborhood, and I mean a global neighborhood, as big neighborhood as possible, which is respecting you and you respect them. Because your neighborhood is forming your government, and if your neighbors hate you, they are more than you. So yeah, respect your neighbors and make sure they can respect you too. You don't need my advice, you already know it. So, bye for now and have a bright day.